Disclaimer, this podcast is all about real conversations. Raw, authentic, and unscripted. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in raw conversations are solely those of the host and the guests. If you're struggling, please reach out to someone qualified. And remember, take what helps, leave what doesn't. Welcome to the circle. Let's keep it raw, real, and respectful. Welcome to Raw Conversations with me, Herald Kavuala. I never knew I was a conservative till this day. I had no idea I was conservative till this day. Amanda Seales appeared on Jubilee, and it didn't go well for her. She's actually the person that she made me realize that I actually am conservative. I've never labeled myself or put a tag on myself. But after watching that episode on Jubilee, I was like, yeah, I find myself with this, guys. So today I'm just going to react and give my thoughts, because I aligned a lot with three of the guys that actually spoke to Amanda Seales. Mind you, I don't know who Amanda Seales is till now. Okay, I never actually looked that up to know who she is. All right. So I have no idea who she is or what she does. But she was on there. There's three guys that actually had a conversation with her that I strongly agree with, they actually made me say, you know what, let me actually put also my thoughts out there. And so we're just gonna get into it. And it's three videos of the three guys. Now, I believe that as a black man, a lot of our problems is because of our mindset, right? So before getting into the video, let me just share a few of the reasons why I actually went ahead with this episode. As a black man in particular, not just as a black person, but as a black man, a lot of the struggles we have is our mindsets. We too comfortable or lazy. Instead of us actually getting up there and actually putting in the work, even when it seems as though it's impossible, even when it seems as though it's tiring, even when it seems as though this is just energy draining, it's up to us as men to actually put in the work. Speak less of being a black man. And there's already a lot that's against us, that's not for us. So yeah, man. Let's just get into this thing. Okay? Let's get into this video. One thing I must say before I actually play this video is that after watching the whole Jubilee thing, I realized that a black person is a black person regardless of which country they're in. It doesn't matter whether they're in the United States, whether they're in Zimbabwe, or whether they're in, Ireland, or whether they're in New Zealand. It don't matter where we are as a black person. Our struggles are extremely similar. There's something I just realized. The Jubilee is in the USA, but then there were so many things that aligned with what we're currently experiencing in South Africa. That's also something. That's also another reason I decided to actually react, because it connects. And throughout this episode, you will see how and what I mean when I say it connects. Whether they're in the States or in South Africa, our black problems are the same. All right? It's the same. So let's just get into it. Video one.
My name is Matt Nuclear.
Hello, Matt. Matt Nuclear?
Matt Nuclear, yes.
Matt Nuclear, give me a better handshake than that. Let's do it.
I appreciate having this conversation with a beautiful black woman like yourself. This is nice, beautiful arena here. I disagree that reparations are necessary. I think the most important thing that's necessary right now for the black community would be the stopping of violence, especially black on black violence. I don't see how reparations is going to solve anything. You can give everyone here like a $50,000, especially people that are in the streets who are committing violent crimes consistently, a $50,000 check. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to increase the median household income in the next 10 years by 10% or 20%. For example, we had the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. We prevented Chinese people from getting citizenship and even entering the country. We discriminated against them and basically put them under apartheid, even here in the United States. Yet they have the highest median household income. How is that possible? How come they don't complain and feel entitled consistently to beg for reparations and beg for this when they are killing each other 90% of the time, which is the rate that black people kill each other, according to the FBI?
Oh, young Matt.
Yet white people are the oppressors.
I'm not sure where your education came from, but they lied to you.
Stats don't lie, though.
Statistics lie all the time. So let's start there, particularly when the statistics are coming from the sources that gain from the statistics being shown a different way. So if you're going to start your argument on stats don't lie, you've already lost the argument. They lie all the time. One, comparing Chinese people who are immigrants that made a choice to come to the United States and comparing the continued effort of Black people to ground themselves in a nation that continues to make impediments for them to show and live and exist in their true citizenship is a false equivalency.
I don't believe that happens at all. No one here is in.
Are you
being
acting
right
now? Do you really believe this?
I'm telling the truth. There's no systemic racism that I've experienced here in America. What system is racist? I think the only racism we've actually seen recently, systemic racism that we've seen, is the application of systemic racism against white people. The University of Western Washington, for example, has been trying to segregate dormitories, using Black-only dormitories because Black people feel safer amongst each other. But they're more likely to kill each other than white people are ever to kill them. That's just the truth. You have King Von rapping about killing other Black men. Why should I think that the white man is the oppressor when Black men are more likely to kill me?
Oh my God, this is scary. You need to think about me as your mama. Do not talk to me in that fashion. So let's check that now. Okay. So on a basic level, we have to understand that systemic racism is grounded in the realities that Black people have not been considered an equal human being in this country since its onset. So there's simply no way to make the argument that there isn't systemic racism, and we have seen in very clear ways the system operate in an organically racist way. Do not cut me off. When we talk about systemic racism, we can start with even the fact that redlining, which was implemented to discriminate Black communities. Are you shaking your head that redlining doesn't exist?
No, I'm saying I don't think it really existed at all. I mean, no, I don't think so at all.
So it does exist, and stating that it doesn't exist doesn't make it no longer exist. Redlining absolutely exists. It is not something that's being made up. It's an empirical fact. And there are realities that exist because of redlining. We know that school systems are related to the way that property taxes are affecting the school systems. If a school system is not getting the same property value as the property taxes allow it, then it's not going to have the same efficacy at allowing for students to be able to get what they deserve. When we talk about systemic racism, we have to acknowledge that these private prisons are literally built based on the test scores of school students in third grade. So if you are literally building prisons with the onset of, okay, if these people are not reaching a certain reading level, then we know that they're going to go down a prison industrial pipeline where we can use their free labor, then how is that not systemic? And if you want to
stop them from entering prisons,
how are you going to stop people from entering prisons if your goal is to get them into prison?
Sure, make them try to be more like Ben Carson than be like King Von. That's very, very simple.
So how does King Von happen? How does King Von happen?
King Von
reparations.
Hold on,
actually, no, let me land the plane. Yeah. We're talking about reparations, and what you're doing is actually just trying to get this conversation off the facts. And the fact is, reparations are just and necessary because on a basic level, Black people built this country, and the country continues to thrive off of the labor that Black people put into this country. And it would behoove you, young man, to really understand the way that your ancestors put blood, sweat, and tears into this nation that is still living off of those blood, sweat, and tears. And let me also add, there are reparations and then there is remunerations. Do you know the difference?
Yes, but can I finish one point that I wanted to say? Ben Carson's cousins were killed at a very young.
I'm so sorry.
All right, so I'm not going to be cutting the videos every single time and then giving my response. So what I'm going to just let the video play, like I just did with video one. Let the whole entire video play, the entire debate between what's her name again, Amanda Seals, and the person that she'll be debating with at that time. And then from there, I'm going to share my thoughts. So with this video with Matt Nuclear, I have 5 points in there. I'm not going back and forth on my notes, just in case I forget anything. Let's start off with the fact that Nuclear actually embarrassed her. All right. When you get time, I'm actually going to put the link in the description to this video. When you get time, watch the whole video. Matt Nuclear actually started the debate, and I believe he also finished the debate. Like he debated last as well. And he practically embarrassed her. He exposed her entirely in terms of what she stood for and her ideologies. It didn't make sense, all right? Matt Nuclear embarrassed her. Number 2, stats don't lie, guys. That's a reality. That's something we cannot avoid, something we cannot run away from. Stats don't lie. Stats might change, but they don't lie. At the time the stats are released, they are true. Over time, things do change. Stats will change and adjust with the time. Today's world population might be 2 billion. Tomorrow, it's not going to be 2 billion because we are giving birth each and every single day. We are reproducing as human beings each and every single day. So stats don't lie. Stats just change based on whatever happens at a particular time. So for her to say that if you're going to start your debate with stats, you've already lost it, that's not true. All right, start your debate with stats if you can, because it adds some sort of validity and it adds some sort of weight to what you're about to say, because then we cannot debate the stats. If it says that 9 out of 10 people, black people, kill each other, then that's the stat, because it's most likely true. Over time, it might change after people realize that actually the stats are too high, we need to bring it down, we need to change a few stuff. Then yes, you can say that the stats have changed, but stats don't lie. Black on black crime is a thing. Now, this is very true, especially, like I said, the connections between Black Americans and us who are in South Africa. Black on black crime is true. Even here in South Africa, it's there. I live in South Africa and I see majority of the people that are killing each other are black and black people. There was a time when President Donald Trump went into pardon, I don't know what's going on. There was a time when President Ramaphosa went to go see Donald Trump at the Oval Office at the White House, and he was being questioned regarding the white genocide. I'm just going to proudly say right now, there is no white genocide in South Africa. There is no white genocide. There is black on black crime. We are killing each other as black people. It's not white people killing us. It's we black people. I mean, it's not us killing black white people. It's not black people killing white people. It's black people killing black people in South Africa. Black and black crime is a thing. And clearly, it's also there in America. Fourth point. Is it true that black people, it is true that black people feel comfortable amongst one another. That is very true. Even in social gatherings, you'll find that black people, I want to associate with black people, and the white people, I want to associate with the white people. It's just nature. Birds of the same feathers flock together. It's honestly that simple. That's the truth we cannot deny. If I go into social settings, I'm going to find myself drawn close to the people I find more relatable, I find more, how to put this? I find myself more comfortable with black people. All right, so I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Black people find themselves more comfortable with other black people. Now, my last point on the Amend Nuclear's debate with Amanda Seals. Let's start off with defining reparation, right? Reparation is the act of providing compensation or amends for a wrong or injury, aiming to make amends for harm, damage, or loss. And what does Amanda want reparation for? For the years of Black slavery. Now, the next guy I'm going to play, and I'm going to play, also speaks on this. All right. Now, maybe I'm out of my league here, but I'm for reparation when it comes to the people that were actually affected by it, directly affected by it, not reparation for us, as in me, as in people like us today. All right, we do not deserve that reparation. We do not deserve that remuneration that she was speaking of, because we did not live those times. We did not experience slavery. We just know of it. Yes, our forefathers and maybe our grandparents might have lived it. Yes, I do believe in reparation and remuneration for them, right? For the years of slavery that they lived, for the years of hard labor and no payment, they can get that reparation. They can get that remuneration, not us. We never experienced it. We just live in the stories told by them. So no, I don't believe in that. We live in a different time now where we got so many opportunities, right? We cannot be bringing the past and making excuses and say, no, because my forefathers lived through slavery, I should compensate for that. No. There's so many opportunities right now in today's time that can allow us as black people to make a living for ourselves. So many opportunities right now that can allow us to better ourselves. We need to let go and move on. Slavery is no more. Okay? Slavery is no more a thing. We have so many opportunities now to better ourselves without seeking funds from the government. And again, like I said, this also applies to South Africans. All right. We are living off the SASSA grant. People are just at home, chilling, and wanting money from the government. Come on, guys. Let's get up and let's work. Now, I'm getting ahead of myself, but let's go to video 2.
The thing with the whole reparations thing, and I don't know, we're probably close to the same age, so maybe you can't call me
How old are
mom.
you?
I'm 32.
I am 44.
Oh, really? Oh, you look young.
Thank you. That's what water and keeping stress out of your life will do.
Really? Liberal positions are real stressful.
By the way, I wouldn't know. I'm not a liberal. Carry on.
Well, it's the liberal position, because conservatives believe in hard work. We believe in going to work and working for what you got, not asking for handouts from people who never had slaves. Some of the people that you're asking for money from never had slaves. And let's talk about the fact there were also black people that had slaves. So if you want to talk about that, how is that fair? If I'm a white person and my family fall on the side of the Union, why should I have to pay for slaves when this whole country was never all racist? Some of the founding fathers were abolitionists, and they hated slavery. And they actually put things in the Declaration of Independence and things too, because they believed that there would be a future where there would be a black president one day, or that there would be people in leadership that were black. There was people in the North who helped with the Underground Railroad and fought with the Union. So why is that fair for people who never had slaves, who fought against slavery, to have to pay for people that had slaves?
One, from my understanding, you are more interested in preserving the fairness of those who didn't have slaves than the fairness of those who are the descendants of slaves. That is priority to you than finding a fair way to accommodate those who have been the descendant of slaves.
Well, our ancestors wasn't asking for handouts. They were asking for equal opportunity. And we have equal opportunity in this country. We had a black president, just in case you didn't know. We had a black president and we had a black vice president. I think she was black. They said she was black. I don't know. So we had a black president, and you know who voted for that black man? White people, because you can't win a popular election in this country without white people. So Barack Obama is the product of white people. So let's get off this thing where, America is so racist. What's making America so racist is people that continue to talk about racism and continue to focus on racism instead of focusing on unity and bringing our country forward. People that have this liberal mindset are infecting our communities, black people, and making us victims and not victors. I refuse to embrace a victim mentality, because that's not what our grandparents and Harriet Tubman and those people fought for. They fought for equal opportunity.
Do not bring up Harriet Tubman's name in vain, baby, please.
They said the Lord's name in vain. The Lord's name.
Harriet Tubman was literally saving her family and others from slavery.
Yeah. You know who helped her? White people.
You know who helped her?
They were on the Underground Railroad. Come on in.
No, you know who helped her?
Come on in.
No, you know who helped her?
God and
people who benefit from white supremacy. One of the things
it's a lie. White supremacy is a lie.
No, sir,
it's
that's simply not true. If that were not the case, then we wouldn't see the continued effort of colonialism and white people placing themselves in positions of power when they do not have the power.
Because their culture. Black culture is toxic. The black culture is toxic. We have produced a culture that is toxic. And let's get on the fact that there's no fathers in the black home. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Stop.
Let's talk about that.
None of this is gonna work if y'all are just gonna sit here and make up shit.
It's
not gonna work. No, a debate has to be in facts.
You're putting off emotional liberalism right now.
I am not putting off emotional liberalism. You're putting off unfounded lies based in conservatism.
Misinformation. Remember they did the misinformation thing all summer, where everything conservative did. They said
You're
misinformation.
You're carrying a chain around your neck of an apartheid nation that actively wants to harm black people and
What about the
non-Jewish
apartheid?
people.
What
But
about
let
when-
me bring it
what
back.
about when
Let
black
me bring
people
it
were
back.
selling black people
Let me
in
bring
Africa
it. That was not
and
happening
put
in the
them
context that
cages,
you're saying.
and they were selling
Let's
their own
bring it
people.
back.
Black people still sell
Okay.
their own people today too. By
I don't
the
know
way,
if I'm gonna last.
We're selling our own
I
people
can't-
today
I don't know
too.
if I'm gonna
You probably
last.
won't last with me.
I won't, because your ignorance is so
See,
overwhelming.
y'all, that's liberals. Y'all start name calling when y'all
No,
getting
it's
defeated
not
in an
name
argument.
calling. You won't have an argument because you keep cutting me off.
Oh, well, that's fine if they don't let me come
You
back
won't
up.
even.
I made my
you won't.
point.
You didn't make your
I
point.
made my point.
You haven't
And
made
I'm
your
okay
point.
with being
And let me
voted
just
out.
tell you about your point. You started off saying we believe in hard work.
Yeah.
And we believe in being compensated.
Reparations is not though. Reparations is not hard work. It's stealing. It's Robin Hood.
You said you believe in hard work.
Yes.
And you believe in being compensated for hard work.
Yes.
Were slaves compensated for their work?
They weren't compensated for their work. But why should
That-
people who are sitting at home playing video games, smoking marijuana,
Are you sitting at
be
home
giving
playing a video
checks?
game? Are
But
you
no, the
sitting at
people that
home
they-
playing a video game?
The people that they wanted
Am I
reparations
sitting at home
for-
playing a video game? No.
The people
And
they
I don't
want
know what
reparations
I don't
for-
know who these people are that you're talking about, because the majority of the black community is not sitting at home playing video games.
The majority of the black
Where are
community
you
is
getting
doing a
that
lot of
statistic?
things.
Where are you
A lot
getting
of
that
things is not
statistic?
right.
Pause. You've been voted out by the majority.
I'm 100% with him on his opening statement that we believe in hard work. Stop complaining and stop expecting things to be handed to you. Like I said, this is a black thing. This black thing is universal. Yeah. Even here in South Africa, we have people expecting things to be done for them. We have people who just sit at home and wait on the government to give them what we call in South Africa as SASSA grant. SASSA grant is the money you get from the government each and every single month for those who are unemployed. Now, look, I understand that things are hard. I understand that we don't all have the same opportunities in life. I understand that we don't all come from rich families. But I also do understand that all this is just a mindset. All is just a mindset. There's nothing wrong with actually getting up and doing work. There's really nothing wrong with getting up, leaving your bed, going out there and looking for something to do. Be so comfortable just waiting for the government to give us money. And the government is also enabling us to be lazy by giving us the money, because if the government stops giving us the grant, people are actually going to get up from their chairs and actually go out there and actually look for money. A crack addict never has a day where he doesn't have a crack. He finds a way to get crack. So why don't we also find a way to make a living for ourselves as black people? Yes, black culture is toxic, and yes, we lack father figures in black culture. And why is that? Because majority of black fathers are scared of responsibilities. We want a life without the responsibilities. Also, the child that we bring forth into this world is a reflection of who we are as fathers. And many of us are not ready to face that reality. How the child pans out in life is what you've invested in this child. So I agree with the statement on that people who once affected by slavery benefited from those who actually lived it. I strongly agree with the statement that if you were not directly affected by slavery, you shouldn't be claiming reparation. You shouldn't be claiming remuneration because you were not directly affected by it. You're living a different time where you can actually get up and go work and actually make a living for yourself. And actually in this time, you're actually going to get paid for the work you put in, for the time you put in. You are going to get paid. But people are so comfortable staying at home and waiting for the government to send them money. South Africa is one of those countries. People here are lazy. And I might get a lot of heat for this, but a lot of Africans are lazy. We're just waiting on the government to give us our SASSA grant. No one wants to actually get up and do work. No one actually wants to get up and actually do the work. And that's the problem with a lot of us black people. We're lazy and expecting things to be handed to us because of what our forefathers went through. It's them that should be claiming reparation and remuneration. We as a new generation should not be. because we have opportunities to help us make a living. We do have those opportunities. So let's get off our asses and actually work as Black people. Let's stop this victim mentality. Let's stop this lazy mentality. And let's stop expecting the government to do things for us when we can do these very same things for ourselves. We should stop the government. We should stop expecting the government to solve our issues when we can actually solve our issues ourselves. We are the ones that actually put these people in power. We are the same ones that actually get them out of power. We are the ones that actually vote for the people that are in power. If we can make better decisions, we can have better lifestyles. We are responsible for how our lives turn out as Black people. We should stop blaming the white people. We should stop having a victim mentality, and we should stop blame shifting. We are responsible for how our lives pans out. We are responsible for who we put in power. And this is because South Africa, because majority of us are Black people. We're responsible for who we put in power. And when things don't go right as a country, we are responsible for that because we voted for those people to be in power. So we cannot be out here blaming the white person or blaming, saying, no, everything's against me as a Black man. There is no such thing. That's total nonsense. You get up as a Black man and you do the work. Now, my final video 3. Let's get to it.
To underfunding and over-policing, essentially.
Yes.
I actually don't necessarily disagree with one of those. Okay. I think that, however, the government, who do you think should be responsible for the funding piece of the Black community? Should that be something that the government should step into, or should that be something that we as Black people need to handle ourselves? Dr. Jordan Peterson and even Thomas Sowell and several others have stated one thing, that poverty and crime, there's a positive correlation. There's also a positive correlation in the Black community of absentee fatherism being one of the root causes leading into criminality. Black males that grew up without a father are 10 times more likely to engage in criminal activity. And so I think one of the...
Can I put a pin right there and ask you a question?
Ask me whatever you like.
What is the root cause of there being less fathers present?
Bad decision-making on the part of the fathers. We live in a patriarchal system. Like it or not, men have dominated the socioeconomic, economic, and political power of this country and the world since our existence. So our bad decision-making, especially when we focus on the Black community, is the root cause of fatherlessness.
What type of decisions?
Not marrying the women we decide to lay down and have children with. Not being careful with the seeds that we plant in women. No woman can get pregnant without a man planting his seed inside of her. So therefore...
So it's marriage.
Well, that's a part of it. Marriage is a part of it.
Okay.
But the true piece that I'm looking at is connectedness between familial units. The Black community was at its economically strongest while being at its poorest during the segregation era. Prior to 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King in his last speech said that we have an annual income of more than $30 billion a year, which is more than all of the exports of Canada and more than all of the exports of the United States and more than the national budget of Canada. That was when we were economically at our poorest. Yet 85% of our Black children were growing up with a father in the home. There was less Black on Black crime. There was less disenfranchisement.
Why was there less Black on Black crime?
Because we needed to live together. We had to stick by each other. We had to stick
What
by
was
each
there
other.
also less of?
I'm not sure where you're leading. That's a leading question. I don't like those.
You don't like this?
I don't like leading questions, no. I like direct stuff.
So essentially, when we were living in our own communities, we were also policing our own communities. So we were not being used as statistics in the same way to determine how resources were provided to our own communities. When we were going to the government saying, hey, we deserve because we are supposed to be separate but equal, we weren't saying, hey, we want to be with y'all. We were essentially saying, we want what you are stating we deserve. And that is what all of the efforts of the civil rights movement has been. It's literally just been to say, you said when we got out of the Civil War that we would be considered citizens. And all citizens should be getting equal access to these things. However, you are actively allowing the Klan to harm us. You are actively allowing...
Who's killed more Black people, the Klan or us?
I would like to continue my statement. I let you speak uninterrupted.
You did.
When we talk about this concept of who is harming us, we are really making a false claim when it comes to Black on Black crime, as if there isn't white on white crime. There's also this unnecessary effort to try and pathologize black on black crime in a way that you don't try to pathologize white on white crime. There are white people killing each other every single day. Now, they may be on jet skis in the pictures after they shoot up their whole family, but nonetheless, there are white people killing each other every single day. Now, much of the reason why you may see more numbers in terms of black on black crime are for two reasons. One, the statistics be lying all the time. We have seen
What
this.
numbers? Okay, when you
we have
say
seen
that,
this in a real way.
But I have a
So in
question.
New
No, when
Jersey.
you say,
So
when
in
you
New
say that,
Jersey.
what numbers can be trusted? Because with the previous speaker, you
I'm
said
about to
statistics all
tell
the
you
time.
right now.
Okay, so your sources can
You
be
can't
trusted.
such number. No, I'm literally about to give you an example of numbers not being able to be trusted.
Okay, talk to me.
That's what I was doing.
I'm listening.
Okay, then listen.
Oh, my ears open.
So listen, in New Jersey,
Uh-huh.
they had a statistic that was created by the police department that said, look at how many black people are committing crimes. Look at how crazy this number is. These black people are so exorbitantly violent. Look at this. And then people went and actually matched the names that they were booking with the faces of the actual people incarcerated. And it was proven that they were lying.
So that's one. So that's one instance.
That's
Hold on,
one
no, you're
example.
talking to somebody that works as a police dispatcher when I'm not making content. So here's the thing.
Oh, I
So
see.
no. You see what?
Well,
The
you
truth is, you're about to see the truth if you just give me a second. Like Trump said, just give me a second. I'm going to do the weave, but give me a minute.
Well, here's
So
what
when
you all keep doing. You
just
keep
give me-
interrupting me when
Well,
I'm talking, and you don't want to hear the
But the
point that I'm
point
going to
you're-
make.
the point that
And
you're
yet you want
raising-
me to respect your point. And that's not how a debate works. So if you want me to keep getting louder, I will do it. But ultimately, if I show you respect, give me the respect back. I let you talk. I let you make your points. I am countering your points. And my points are just as valid as yours, even though you got a pocket square and a Church of Christ pin on your chest.
It's not a Church of Christ. It's
Whatever.
A cross. There's
It's a
difference.
cross. Same
Yeah.
difference. You got an American flag and you think you know something because you a cop. And ultimately,
Not a cop, dispatcher, there's a
ultimately it's
difference.
it's ACAB all day over here. So let me make that clear. But let me also add to my point.
Uh-huh.
My point is that you can sit here and blame black people on black people all day long and not acknowledge that we are forced into. You're coming to interrupt me
I
again.
haven't even said a word.
How a man turns out in life is a reflection of either a present father or an absent father. And in both cases, I personally don't blame the father. I blame the child. This is a story I'll never forget. There was a father with two sons. One was a drunkard, and one turned out to be a successful young man and a positive influence on how not to be a drunkard. Again, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I said again, it's all about the mindset. The successful son learned from his father not to turn out like him, while the other used his father as an excuse to turn out the way he panned out, to say, no, my father was a drunkard, and that's how I also ended up being a drunkard. So I cannot blame the fathers for how a son turns out. Yes, it's true that the father has a role in how a child plays out, but that also says, be it his absence or be it him being present in the child's life, how the child turns out is up to the child. Because as a father, I can be present in my child's life, but my child can also decide to rebel. My child can be the complete opposite of me. At the same time, I can be absent in my child's life, and my child can turn out to be a very, very good, bright young man, better than the father can be. So at the end of the day, it comes down to the son and how the son decides to respond to his situations in life. Again, everything comes down to the mindset. So I wouldn't blame the fathers on how the kids come out. I would blame the sons for not having learned from their father. Every time Amanda was losing, you would see that she would start shouting and start diverting and getting upset. And anyways, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you've come thus far, I truly appreciate you. I'm grateful for your support. Please do subscribe to this channel. Do comment. I do respond to every single comment. Share with your friends. And like the episode if you do like it. Like the episode if you do like it. And I shall see you in the next episode. Stay strong and stay raw.